A lot of actors that I speak to want to be big and famous and successful, but in my opinion, are not going to be. And I feel like the biggest reason for that is not because they're not talented or don't have a seed of talent. It's that they underestimate what it takes and what others are actually doing to get there. There are two kinds of actors that I come across in my journeys through this industry so far. There might be more, I just haven't encountered them yet. There's the sort of actor who lives for him or herself in a reality that they've sort of projected onto the industry and make it all about other people and why they're not moving forward. My agent, my manager, my opportunities, my living situation, my finances. It's always a reason like that they can't progress. And so they stay with the same shitty headshots and terrible demo reel, and nothing really gets added to it. And if it does, they don't add it to their reel because what's the difference? 2017, one more scene in 2019. And they go to auditions. They might have a low-level agent manager, kind of somebody who rarely helps them out. And that's that. I see that also in the comedy circles and music and stuff. It's just sort of this is the game. It's tough. What are you going to do about it? Let's go grab a beer. Let's go to a wine mixer. They keep their, sort of day jobs, and that's the extent of it, waiting for something to happen. And more people do this than they think. And, I'm saying this because maybe look at the way you live and just really be harsh on yourself and say like, okay, how do I make my money? Where do I work? How much do I do acting wise? Like, do I read a lot about, history and stories? Have I read Joseph Campbell's, The Hero with 1,000 Faces? Have I read, I don't know, Save the Cat, just as an example? Do I care about screenwriting? Have I read, have I read some scripts lately? Just downloaded some scripts from the internet, famous movies, just to understand, more about writing and how scripts are written and all that. Do you do that? And, or do you just want to be famous and not really do anything until you're given an opportunity? So that's one actor type. The other actor type that I meet a lot less frequently, and which, generally tend to be the ones who I see getting work, albeit still, again, always take with a grain of sand that doesn't necessarily mean you'll get work if you do this, or vice versa. There are just, realities of situations and waves, and it ebbs and flows sometimes. But the other actor is the self-analytical one who appreciates and acknowledges that they're in the situation they are in largely due to their own efforts or lack thereof. So they're more business savvy and still creative. And honestly, the other type, I just struggle to find a word to classify it with other than lazy and delusional in some ways. No offense. That's just what I'm coming up with. You can comment below if you have a better option in terms of what to use language-wise for that. But this latter type, again, who looks, at themselves for improvement, they tend to be the ones who I see every year doing better things. They're happy with who they are, they're happy with where they are, and the other types sort of, they seem bitter because they're waiting for an opportunity and it doesn't come, so you get bitter. You don't get bitter when you just keep looking at yourself saying, what can I improve? What's not working yet? What are they not understanding here? How am I not connecting with that person? Where do I need to go for my, next thing or whatever? When you're constantly saying me, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? You don't get bitter because you're in a space where you're creating opportunities for yourself, or you're at least looking for them, identifying them, and then attacking. And sort of, they tend to know what they want, because just when you start thinking about what else can I do, you start being forced to have to know what you're doing the stuff for. And it forces you into a certain direction. So if you just ask yourself every morning and every night, how can I get better? What can I do to be better? How can I get more? More auditions, more education, more savvy, more time, more money. How can I get more? How can I focus more on this path? The more I focus on it, the sooner I can maybe identify a bigger opportunity and walk through that door. How can I? Whereas, why do they? Why can't I? Why can't I? You see the big difference? Why can't I? How can I? Simple, profoundly effective, and truly one of the biggest contributors to success. I encourage you to become more like the latter. I'll see you on the next one.